Okay, so I painted the first coat of the white paint, as you can see below me, yesterday. It's all dry. Of course, some naughty cats and naughty geese walked over it during the day whilst I was at work, so there are some little marks here and there, so I do need to go and do a second coat. But I'm way too excited to try out the stencil. There's a couple of tiles at the end that they had kind of two coats. I did two coats on them yesterday and they stayed relatively clean. So I'm just going to go ahead and try out the stencil to see if it works. So I've got my black masonry paint, and it is worth noting that I did buy, well, I bought / borrowed, recycled, good quality Sandtex masonry paint in white and black. Bob gave me the white paint because he had a ton left over from another job that he wasn't going to use, and then I bought the black. And I'm going to be applying it with a sponge. I watched a bunch of videos and yeah, apparently a sponge is the best way to apply it. You don't want it too thick, you don't want it to look kind of too perfect, and I need to make sure that I stick down my stencils so that they don't move. And I think the idea is that you stencil and then you have to just wait for it to dry before you remove the stencil so you don't get any smudging. So let's have a go and see what happens. So the first three are done, and how great do they look? Wow. Oh, camera's not, there we go. First three done, and I'm super happy with them. I love that they're not too perfect. I love that they're a bit kind of wibbly because that gives them that kind of handmade feel. The stencils worked brilliantly. I can really see now what the rest of the walkway is going to look like. I think it's really going to look just insanely amazing. So, lessons learned. I need to protect the tiles around the one that I'm stenciling because you get a bit excited with the sponge and it does kind of go over, so more protection. I've only got 3 stencils, so I can only do 3 at a time because once you've used a stencil you have to wait for it to dry before you can use it again. So 3 stencils, I can only do 3 squares at a time, which obviously isn't very many when I've got this many to do just to do the first part, and then all the way up the stairs, and then all the way along the top. So I think I'll need to buy more Mylar and make at least 6 more stencils, maybe 9. It depends. It's just doing those 3, it's actually quite hard on the back and the knees because you have to be really kind of crouched over. So yeah, but I think I'll build up the muscles. It's incredibly fun and relaxing. That's quite nice. Yeah, I'm just really excited. I'm so happy with how they've come out, and yeah, I can't actually wait to do more. I've been doing them in the evening because this is the time when, one, the sun is not shining directly on me, so I'm not absolutely dying of heat, but also this is the time that Lemon has already gone to bed, Anakin is eating his dinner or has already gone to bed as well, and so there's less likelihood of animals stepping on them when they're wet. And also, because there's so much black on them, I don't think I need to necessarily do a second coat of white paint, because again, I quite like the imperfect look, the kind of dirty look. So yeah, they just look so cool. I can't believe it's actually worked. I can't wait to keep going. Okay, well, that's a job for tomorrow evening. It's been a very exciting week this week, as it was my granddad's 90th birthday. We took him out for lunch and we're going to be having a party at the weekend. 90 looks good on you, Grandad. Hiya, it's a nice sunny day and I'm trying to get some movement on the path project. So I don't know if you can see behind me, or I'll show you in a minute. I've been diligently stenciling every evening. It's quite slow going because I can only do sort of 3 at a time before I have to leave it for at least an hour to dry. And then coordinating around animals and rain has been a lot, but it's really coming along. I'm loving it. It's definitely getting easier and quicker the more I do it, which is good because I've still got a lot to do. And I'm coming to the end of the walkway, but I realised that I probably need to paint the stairs first before I finish the stenciling so that it doesn't bleed over and I make a mess. So now at the moment what I'm doing is I'm chipping all the loose paint off of the stairs, and hopefully, if the weather allows, I will paint the stairs completely white. They might need 2 coats. The other only needed 1 because I stenciled over most of it, but the sides that are going to stay white might need a second coat, so we'll see. So yes, the boring bit at the moment, chipping all the loose paint off and cleaning the stairs and prepping them for paint. But it's looking really good. I'm really happy. It's looking how I hoped it would look in my head, which is obviously the best thing. So yes, let's get going. I decided to bake a 90th birthday cake for Grandad's birthday party. I was really excited to use these new silicone moulds that I bought. Well, the second attempt went perfectly, except once I'd iced the 9, I realised I'd done it backwards. Turns out it's quite hard to flip an entire cake over once it's already been iced. It may not have looked as tidy as I'd hoped, but at least it tasted amazing. One of my favourite places to walk lemon is Bushy Park, which is just across from the island on the Hampton side. It's a royal park filled with deer, and this morning they were ready to greet us at the gate. I was so excited tonight to pop into central London and get a last-minute ticket to see my favourite country singer, Tenille Townes, perform a special acoustic set in a church. It blows my mind that an artist selling out large venues in North America still does beautiful, intimate shows, and how amazing is her voice.
If I ever get to heaven, I got a long list of questions. Like, how do you make a snowflake? Are you angry when the earth quakes? How does the sky change in a minute? How do you keep this big rock spinning? And why couldn't you stop that car from crashing? Forgive me, I'm just asking.
Just a short one this week. As you can see, I was out and about a lot, but lots more island content coming your way. See you all next week. Thank you so much for continuing to like and support the channel and subscribing and sharing.